Me to boil this down for you. Should the indifference's corrupting touch reach us and take back our speech, we would be screwed. So, love, and eradicate the murmur in dispatch before the big bad gets word that Lloyd's awake and the fish is talking.
Tenno, there is some truth to what the fish says. That page was the last thing my Albrecht ever wrote. Meant for me. Since I had no interest in reading his endless self-justifications, I hid it away instead. But with all this chaos, it's undetectable.
As the indifference is missing a digit, it is confined to the strands of Kra. Don't ask, your tiny mind would likely pop under the strain of understanding. This limitation is our one hope.
Do not patronize the Tenno fish. The strands of Kra are merely void renderings of the chains of cause and effect. Conceptually embodied timelines, if you will.
Papa's daughter excelled at explaining complicated concepts in childish terms. I see now where she learned it. rousing as I'm sure this is for you, the rest of us are moments away from an extinction grim, black, and final. So, if you would be so kind, finish up so I can point you toward that sodding page! It was a long walk towards competence, but here you are. Now, please, the page.
You give me the page instead, kiddo. Consider it part of our deal.
There. It's done. Keep it to yourself, Tenno. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word. Tenno.
Fell hand raps upon the untimed door, and sans grimoire, we are undone! Weeping Rumble!
Thank Void! Listen, the Murmur diverted your extraction jump. We need you back at the Sanctum, now! Hurry! It's taking the labs inch by inch. Well, I won't let it take his bloody cornea!
The sodding indifference seeks a path through the walls! And then, Tenno, through you! Keep it at bay! deliverance approaches! Soon, it will take on mass. Tinu! The grimoire must speak with its own voice.
You gave me back my sight, but I would not spare you a glance. You gave me back my voice, but I never spoke to praise you as I should have. For you were my right hand, my strength, my support, my sanctuary. Even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me, your sole desire was to suffer it in my stead. On your first day of service, you aspired to be worthy of me. I only wish that I could have been worthy of you, my lord.
Tenno! No. Operator.
The strand of Kra has been cut, while the indifference remains undeterred. I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed. I shall not waver. Protect the vessels. Repair. Rebuild. So runs the Kalimo sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think. He said, do not let it see you weeping, Lloyd.
Yet still, the end has re-begun.
One must make the best of things. You've met the animals? The catastrophe Albrecht saddled me with? Well, any ideas? Their roles were intended to be filled by qualified personnel. People! Instead, we have this. It's bad comedy. They're imprinted with whatever information they need to function, and an understanding of our current state of affairs, including Albrecht's absence. They were sent into the Void using a bell of the same design that Albrecht initially used. The Void got in, somehow. Again. One of the animals was lost, and the rest came back like that. We placed them in stasis, pending a proper examination. For them, the disaster, intelligence, and selfhood all occurred only hours ago. They're psychological shrapnel, and they're all we've got. See what you can do with them. I simply do not have the time. I cannot lie, Tenno. I have always felt nervous in the presence of Warframes. The Orokin twisted people into weapons, and I've seen firsthand the bloody and well-deserved consequences of that act. Dante, though. In his company, I felt no such anxiety. He was warm, earnest, literate, a fellow seeker. To know that he perished in these very halls while I slept is a bitterness to me. The gods of writing were always gods of magic too. Demons and ideas, both bound up in books. A fresh opportunity to continue my Albrecht's work. Yes, I'm sure we've all got better things. My Albrecht did his best to prepare the stockrooms for your arrival. Oh, I'll just pop off and find some. Sometimes I wonder how much of this Albrecht saw coming. And then I try not to think about it. Very good, Tenno. I wait upon your pleasure.
Ah, yes. Operator, correct? Drifter, perhaps? You'll find our merry band share that unconventional relationship with their appellations. I am Fibonacci. Papa's design has uplifted me to function as the coordinating factor of this little group. You, may have heard that one of our number was consigned to paradise before our return from the void. Min, Tagfer's mate. Yes, most unfortunate. Too often it is the good and the young who forge our future, laying their lives upon progress's unfeeling anvil. Now, let us apply ourselves to the grand work at hand and deny our minds melancholy's frigid caress. To work! Gather the others. I have something to say to all of you. As you were.
What do I do? 1 minute, I existed only to eat and flee and breed. The next, I was me. But Min, did Min have time to be Min? Before... She and I, we were the last. Did you know that? Without her, there's no more us. No more Tagfer and Min. No soft calls. No gentle nuzzling muzzle. No little Tagfers. No little Mins. Ever. Fibonacci says we have to trust that it's all part of Papa's plan. How? Why? And now, I have a purpose. So the fish says. To help you. In the ways in which I have been instructed. But all I want is to be with her. Min. Papa never wanted anyone to know what he was up to. That's why he built the Netra cells. Little hideaway vaults. Not even Lloyd knows what he got up to in there. I want to know. I can get you into the anchor hold, where Albrecht stored all his key glyphs. They're on a rotation timer. Only one Netra cell can be opened at any given time. But before you can do that, you've got to find the Netra cell and neutralize any opposition. Impossible for a guy like me, but maybe... Are you sure? Is everything okay?
Now that you're here, Tello, welcome! All satisfactory, I trust.
It's that time again, dreamers. Let's check what's next.
Tenno. The Warframe Corvex was designed by my Albrecht's own hand to protect the chosen operator from the hazards of his laboratory. This design is yours, by right. I intend to keep the promise I made to him. When the time is right and the equipment repaired, I will assist you to travel back to the past, to the pivotal year of 1999. Perhaps, between us, we may change history, Lloyd.
Oh, the Leverian. It was floundering. You understand? Going under. All that work I put into it, and so few visited, let alone donated. Oh, I don't mean you, of course. I know you're a friend to the Leverian. You just wasn't enough. So when Parvos made me an offer, I thought, oh, why not? Just let it go. Let it all go. I took the deal, Tenno. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, if only Dante was still around. Please, you must come see me.
Ordis has been counting stars, operator. All accounted for.
Hello, friend. You find me now amidst the bones of all I am. I imagine you surmised why I have summoned you here. To ask that, in the name of whatever friendship we share, to lend your aid to my impossible predicament. To help preserve not me, not this shadow of a man I once was, but to keep this monument to history alive, so that future generations may learn from it and never repeat our most shameful mistakes. Granum's obsession with that bygone age demands pieces of such. Ironic, really, that one man's interest in history serves only to strip an edifice whose singular purpose was to protect it. But there remains one slim hope: the sourcing of artifacts from places other than the Leverian, sourced by you at my direction. Help me, friend. Help me, that my one great and final mistake not be the error that turns our collective history and the work of lifetimes to a single miserable use, making a rich man richer. I imagine you surmised why I have summoned you here. To ask that, in the name of whatever friendship we share, to lend your aid to my impossible predicament. To help preserve not me, not this shadow of a man I once was, but to keep this monument to history alive, so that future generations may learn from it and never repeat our most shameful mistakes. Granum's obsession with that bygone age demands pieces of such. Ironic, really, that one man's interest in history serves only to strip an edifice whose singular purpose was to protect it. But there remains one slim hope: the sourcing of artifacts from places other than the Laverian, sourced by you at my direction. Help me, friend. Help me, that my one great and final mistake not be the error that turns our collective history and the work of lifetimes to a single miserable use, making a rich man richer.
Ordis has received messages for the operator. No, I have not read them.
Chosen operator, a friendly suggestion. You could do so much more with those melee weapons of yours.
As ready as you will ever be.
just a bad memory, is it? This is new. Whatever this is, I'm not leaving you alone with it.
You, my child, the great indifference wants to take. I want to let it. I feel only the call. You, my champion, please, drown out that noise that beckons. If any other answers the call, no, it has to be you. Our paradox. Do you hear it? The calls of angels, devils, life itself. It's grown so loud. It tries to follow in his footsteps through time. You must find him first